For what purposes does the gentlewoman from New York rise?
Madam Speaker, by direction of the Committee on Rules, I call up House Resolution 1549 and ask for its immediate consideration.
The clerk will report the resolution.
House Calendar Number 222, House Resolution 1549. Resolved, that upon adoption of this resolution, it shall be in order to consider in the House the bill H.R. 1264 to amend the National Flood Insurance Act of 1968 to provide for the National Flood Insurance Program to make available multi-peril coverage for damage resulting from windstorms or floods and for other purposes. All points of order against consideration of the bill are waived except those arising under Clause 9 or 10 of Rule 21. The bill shall be considered as read. All points of order against provisions in the bill are waived. The previous question shall be considered as ordered on the bill to final passage without intervening motion except one. 1 hour of debate equally divided and controlled by the chair and ranking minority member of the Committee on Financial Services, and 2, 1 motion to recommit.
The gentlewoman from New York is recognized for 1 hour.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. For the purpose of debate only, I am pleased to yield the customary 30 minutes to the gentleman from Texas, Mr. Sessions. And all time yielding during consideration of the rule is for debate only. I yield myself such time as I may consume and ask unanimous consent that all members be given 5 legislative days in which to revise and extend their remarks on House Resolution 1549.
Without objection, so ordered. The gentlewoman from New York is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. H.Res. 1549 provides for consideration of H.R. 1264, the Multiple Peril Insurance Act. The rule provides 1 hour of general debate controlled by the Committee on Financial Services. The rule provides 1 motion to recommit with or without instructions. Madam Speaker, there is not a person in the chamber today who can forget the terrible destruction left in the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina 5 short years ago. Lives were lost, homes were destroyed, businesses closed, schools and hospitals were underwater. Our nation has never been the same. The damage that Katrina inflicted on New Orleans and across the Gulf states left thousands of people homeless. There were refugees spread across more than a dozen states. I think I speak for all of us when I say the storm left an indelible mark on our collective psyche. Although the storm and accompanying flood exposed many troubling failings, one of the most alarming was the fact that so many people who believed that they had adequate insurance, in fact, were not covered for Katrina's destruction. Why? Because insurance companies engaged in a maddening shell game with homeowners about their coverage. Damage that seemed obviously caused by water would be attributed to wind, while wind damage was chalked up to flooding. The stalemate left far too many people with no claim. The apparent loophole in coverage made it very difficult for many families to rebuild in the months and years after the storm. The same problem has cropped up after other hurricanes or large storms have struck over the years. In the aftermath of Katrina, Congress worked collaboratively on legislation to address the coverage gap. And 3 years ago, legislation to do just that was approved by the House. However, the plan was unable to win passage in the Senate, so we are here again to try. Despite the challenges, it is our contention that taxpayers will actually end up saving significant amounts of money if this type of coverage is made available to Americans. In the aftermath of Katrina, the federal government spent more than $34 billion on rental assistance, on vouchers, trailers, grants to homeowners, and Small Business Administration disaster loans to homeowners. Had there been a public option available to allow property that provided seamless coverage of hurricane losses, some of that cost might have been avoided. With this bill, we accomplished that goal. The bill creates a new program within the National Flood Insurance Program to purchase both flood and windstorm insurance under one multi-peril policy, or to purchase windstorm coverage to supplement their already existing flood insurance. It is a bipartisan bill, has been endorsed by the National Association of Home Builders, the National Association of Realtors. The bill is also pay-go compliant since the program is required to pay for itself. The most important thing to remember about this legislation is it simply gives Americans the option of buying coverage of getting some peace of mind. The issue is far too important for us to wait around for the next round of storms like Katrina or Ike or Gustav to roar ashore and leave far too many families with nothing. This bill is a simple and effective way to permit people to purchase insurance. The next storm does not leave them high and dry. I reserve the balance of my time.